In the southwest of Brussels is Anderlecht's distinctive Lotto Park, home of Belgian football aristocracy, many league titles and cups, including 5 European trophies. Anderlecht wear purple, the colour of Belgian monarchy. Now, just across the canal, in the corner of a picturesque park, sits a stadium in stark contrast to Lotto Park, Stade Joseph Marienne, home of Union SG. It is a place you could easily miss from the street, behind a century-old brick facade which hides a handful of doorways. Inside is a relic of a bygone age, where exposed terraces are broken up by grassy mounds, and on autumn days like these, the few plastic seats are filled with leaves fallen from the surrounding forest. Now, a few years ago, Union SG were bought by Tony Bloom, the owner of Brighton and Hove Albion, and his business partner, Alex Muzio. In many ways, it was a marriage of convenience. Bloom and Muzio searched extensively for a European club to take on. They had a very narrow brief: easily accessible from London, relatively inexpensive, potential for growth, an accommodating fan base, and crucially, available to buy. That remit ruled out most of Europe, as did their lofty ambitions. One of the reasons we didn't buy in France or Italy or Spain was because we wanted to win, Muzio stated. It wasn't just about finding value, this was supposed to be fun. They were put off by a Dutch club through its links to hooliganism, and eventually came across a small second-tier team in a smart neighbourhood of Brussels, whose German owner was ready to sell and whose fans were excited by something new. Union SG had a rich history with 11 league titles, the third most in Belgian history. But their last triumph came in 1935, and they had spent the past half a century in the lower leagues. There was a feeling at Union that everyone wanted the takeover to happen. This was a chance to resurrect something. Unlike at Brighton, majority stakeholder Bloom took a back seat, and it was Muzio who assumed day-to-day running as Union's new chairman. They injected funds and improved the training facility, but it was not transformative money, and Muzio admits they made some mistakes. For a while, success eluded them. Playing in the second tier of Belgian football is not a lucrative endeavour. Money spent is money lost until you reach the Pro League, and every passing season without promotion was a painful blow. But Muzio stuck to a set of core principles which gradually bore fruit. Chief among them was a meticulous transfer policy driven by data and deep dive reports into players' character to identify personalities who fit the club perfectly. Nothing was done on a whim. Each signing was typically a 10-month process. They are always working on the next season's targets, regardless of whether the team qualifies for Europe or not. They filter through performance metrics and budget restrictions before detailed background checks happen, which scour social media and take references from former coaches and teammates. It sounds a bit intense, but it's just to make sure they're good guys, Muzio says. He points to the New Zealand All Blacks' famous no dickheads mantra and believes a similar approach has been key to fostering a tight bond among his players. Bloom and Muzio have big ambitions, like moving the Antwerp-based training ground closer to the stadium in Brussels, but there are some things they cannot change even if they wanted to. The stadium is a protected heritage site, so they cannot knock down walls or replace the iron gates. They cannot build a roof on top of the open stands that it would block the view from the highest point of the park. Yes, even the view is protected around here. All these quirks make Union feel better suited to non-league football rather than Champions League football, but they are also features which make this club very unique, like the stained glass window inside the stadium which bears Union's yellow and blue crest. We're just custodians of the club, says Muzio. In their 1920s heyday, Union fans would mock Anderlecht, calling their neighbours the elevator, because they kept coming up to the top tier and going straight back down. But then Union fell so far down the shaft they didn't even warrant any thought. Now the little club across the canal is relevant again. A national newspaper recently listed the 3 coolest things in Belgium as Tesla, Bitcoin and the Union. Whatever happens next, Union are undoubtedly a force in Belgian football once again. For so long, Stade Joseph Marienne was little more than a monument to past glories. Now it is the present and the future looks bright. Brussels is a 2-club city once more, and with their new manager Boud taking charge, anything is possible for this little Belgian club. Hello, I'm Boud and welcome to the channel as always. Thanks for joining me. If you're feeling in a good and great mood, like I know you are, like I am, make sure you hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new and hit that bell and you'll never miss anything I do. But most of all, thank you for your view and thank you for checking out a brand new series. A series I've wanted to do for a while, pretty much 12 months now. I read an article which kind of stole from a little bit a year ago and loved this little story, put the graphics together, played about half a season. I just could not fit it into my schedule, so I've put it on the back burner and now I'm going to do it on FM24 in a country I've never played in, not really personally, definitely not on YouTube. I don't know much about the footballing structure, so it's exciting. I want to learn it, but I love the idea of this club. It feels like a non-league challenge, but in a top flight league with European football, because I'm guessing quite a few people know about Union SG now, more than last year, mainly because they're in the same group as Liverpool in real life, and the McAllister brothers play on the different teams. So I'm guessing more people know about Union, but I think it's a fantastic story with a stadium with character, and something I'm really want to get stuck into, learn something new, try and grow this club with a tight budget, but with the right principles, the principles the club use in real life. So I'm very excited. Hopefully you're going to stick with it. As always, I don't know how long it'll last. We'll have a bit of fun with it, a good few seasons, and see if it grows or not. But hopefully you won't go missing. So let's get into it. So with the first episode of a new series, there's always a lot I've got to try and cram in, especially when you do a little story intro. But here we are on the profile. It's a very old club, 1897. The nickname, no idea what that means. I'll be honest with you. The stadium, I've probably shown you pictures in the intro. It's got character. Now, I did read somewhere that when it opened, it was fantastic when it opened. And the first ever game played there, they played AC Milan. I'm pretty sure of that. If I'm wrong, let me know. Now, here we are on the general page. Now, of course, I've played a season, so I've got my head around a little bit of this Belgian football. And the league structure, you play so many games, about 30, and then it splits into 3 phases: a champions phase, a second phase, that's the middle of the table, and a relegation phase. And your points get halved, and you play extra games, and you go for the either relegation or the European slots. Now, obviously, I think they did very well last year. But when it got to the champions phase, I think they finished 3rd. So you can see there the Jupiler, that's what I'm going for, Pro League. But then if you go down, you'll see when it got to the Champions playoff, they finished 3rd. So they're in the Europa League, of course, because they've got Liverpool in real life. Now, when I played this last year, I only played 6 months, but they had some cracking players. I've noticed some of them maybe have left, and the bookies in-game, with the squad we've got at the beginning, don't really fancy us. Let's just look at that quick. They've got us in 7th. Kasper Schmeichel's here. Wow. Anderlecht, our arch rival. Dolberg up front. They've got Hazard on the left. So yeah, stadium. Now, one of my aims always is to hopefully build one, because I don't know if they can do that in real life. I think they're struggling with it. But I'd like to obviously improve the facilities. Definitely love a new stadium if we can. But we'll see, because it is quite cool. Although I don't think we'll be using that in European football. I don't think they are in real life. But it's all about the money, innit? But I want to do this, and this is what I like about it. It's got a non-league feel, but I'm in a top flight league, and I've got a chance of European football. So I like that. It's like this really cool balance for me, and I really want to do it on a budget. I want to run this club right, and if I can sign freebies, that's my aim, my main aim. And quickly, the history: they have won titles. They have won 2 Croaky Cups. That's what I'm calling them, which is like the FA Cup, but not for a long time. Now they only want to finish in the top half, be competitive in Europe, and the quarterfinals of the Croaky Cup. Now you come into that, it's like France. You come into that in like the 6th round, or we do this season. So you miss a lot of the early rounds. You can see right there for yourself, actually. Honestly, I don't know what's going to go on with that cup. I don't know what's going to go on with Europe, because we'll get a different group. And this is this first season of Football Manager is the last of the old European format. So we'll see. I just want to do well in the league, do better than what the bookies say. Stay in European football, whatever kind of European football, I don't care. Just slowly build the team. Don't like this though. My scouting team is shocking. I've got a scout, a director of football, the medical team's crap, and the coaching team, although it looks okay, my friend Luke would love that. He'd keep that. We're not having it. This is one thing I will strip all season long and make awesome. Financially, we've got 8.5 million in the bank, and I've got 1.2 million to spend. So my plan was to see if I can sell anything I don't want, bring in players on a free if I can, and then put any money left into that scouting budget. And I'm going to go scouting crazy like they do in real life. I'm going to scout. Now, the leagues I've got running, I haven't got like England and France and Italy. I've got like Holland and Norway and Croatia and Poland, places like that, where I might be able to dive in, find a good quality player on the cheap, or at the end of their contracts. If I can get them free, I'm going for that. And I really want them to be good team players. I want to build a team So teamwork is going to be my number one attribute. It's not always going to work out that way, but I'll try my best. Now, just so you can see, Tony Bloom's on here as the owner, but as we know from that little bit of a story, Alex Muzio, that's what I call him, he is the chairman, and he's young, isn't he? But initially looking at the squad, it looked like it's built to me around a 4-4-2, and I ain't playing a 4-4-2. I'm going to be using my defensive tactic, this one. I'm going to load both of them in, and I use the other one now and again, but I want to build a team around this. So obviously I'm going to have to move some players on if I can, and I get rid of a few and bring players in, and there's some decent players about. So we've now moved forward to the 8th of September, a beautiful day. That's my birthday. Wow, that's pretty cool. I've only just noticed that, really. I don't know why. Now, not all these transfers are mine, the outs anyway. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But like this one here, Victor Boniface, I would have loved you to stay. Gutted about that one. So I've generated some money as well. But as you can see, I brought in freebies. Now I got this guy in on loan, who was alright initially. But I don't play him and he gets recalled really quick, so he's a nobody. But then I've just gone down a free route looking for decent players. I got myself a central midfielder, pretty good, Marco. Salah, right backhand, he can play on the right wing, Italian as well. Nico Schultz, who I think is a cracking left back, 30-year-old German. Jose, a left winger. And Valon, who is a baller, by the way, and a Kosovan. I'm just going to go down that route. Now, I wasn't able this first summer to go down my top teamwork attribute, but that's what I'll do going forward if I can. Do you know what I mean? If I can get some guys in who are good team players, I'm going to go for it. But my plan was obviously to scout, and we're still 7th. For my little tweaks, we're still predicted to be 7th, but that just gives me no pressure this first year. I was thinking I'd have pressure because I'm in Europe. The finances are in a really, really good spot now. I'm in the process at this point of doing my initial first phase of staff. There's another 2 bits where they let me expand it. So I'm going to show you in a minute, and then we'll show you at the end. But I just go on, honestly, scouting bonanza. We'll have a quick look at what my assistant thinks is my first team 11. Just quickly, obviously it's the first episode, loads to get through. My keeper's alright, I haven't got much after him, so that's something I need to look at next season if I'm still in the job. Obviously Nico Schultz, decent. Now we have got McAllister, we'll show you him. We've got Ross Sykes, he's English, he's alright. This dude was mint for me last year. He's the guy who played, is it Portsmouth forever or Plymouth, one of the two. Big baller at the back, another Englishman. We've got Castro, he's decent to be fair. Cameron, he's alright, Spaniard, 25. I like this guy, plays really well for me. Lazare, he reminds me of someone, you know. He looks just like someone. It's doing my head in. I can't picture it. It's either another footballer or someone off social media. It's doing my head in. We've got Kevin Rodriguez. And we've got Jose, obviously. He looks like someone at all. And then my striker's decent. I've got 2 strikers, actually. I'm going to show you another couple of players because he's got some pace. Gets injured quite a bit at the start. We've got Gustav Nielsen. Kept him. He's only 26. Played for his country. Scored a goal. Because he's massive. He's 6'6". He'd make me feel small. He's decent at finishing. Gives me something different. Then we've got our Kevin McAllister. Sounds really Argentinian, doesn't it? Obviously the brother of the dude at Liverpool, who we used to like, now I don't because he's at Liverpool. But he's a decent player and he plays a lot for me. Now by the 16th of September, I'd done my first phase of staff. As you can see, I've not bothered with a technical director, but complete new coaching team. Buzzing with it, new assistant, everything. Got 5 scouts in. Now I do expand this because I'm going to need more scouts because I send them on a mission. I mean, look how much I've put in my scouting budget. I've overloaded it. I don't care, but yeah, another £1 million because honestly, I'm pumping it out, sending them here, there, and everywhere. Like I said, we've got tons to get through in episode 1. I'll chill out a bit more in episode 2, but we're going to jump right now to the 1st of January, and we were top, which is great. We really came at the blocks, full steam ahead, and I was thinking this is going to be easy. It's not always that simple though. Football Manager, I will say that. Plus, it kind of don't really matter. It's very close. It's very competitive. Molenbeek, whoever they are, I've never heard of him. A decent standard, obviously. Genk. I've heard of the Genks. I've heard of Bruges. I've heard of Antwerp. Obviously, no Anderlecht and the other Bruges. A couple of teams I've never heard of. But we were doing okay. Obviously, Europe. We did okay here as well. So obviously, you get a new group. It's not the real group. No Liverpool. But we've got Bayer Leverkusen, PSV, and Dnipro. And we did alright quickly. Got beat off Leverkusen. I drew 3 games and I won 2. And we just about, on goal difference, got above PSV. Now in the league, I haven't been perfect, but I think this shows you how competitive it is. And I like this. Like I said, this non-league feel. No big budgets. I'm never going to be able to sign superstars. I've got to really find a gem or two. But I'm in a top flight league and a league that's competitive. I don't want to run away with it. I like how close it is. There's loads of teams. It could go any way. It's going to take something extra special, I think, to win this league. And you can probably see by the results, you know, it's not perfect. It's been hit and miss. We've had some good runs and some really good results. To be fair, it's starting to get a little sketchy though. Now, of course, I've not got me interested in ticked, so a lot of these players will not be interested, but I've gone everywhere. Now I haven't even got Brazil and Argentina on, but I've gone through every squad. I spent time going through every squad, looking at players who are actually there. I've gone all over Italy, France, all these leagues I haven't even got running, plus the leagues that I've got running. I just want to have a massive selection. Now I signed 2 players. They came up in December. They were going to be on freeze by January the 1st. And one of them's a young centre-half, he's decent, he's got a bit of potential, we'll see how that one works out. And the other one was this guy. Now I signed him because he's alright, he's got a few attributes I liked, he was free, he's Japanese so he might sell some shirts, but it was mainly because I had a winger who spent most of the season injured and most of the season moaning because he wasn't playing, but he was injured. He's one of them wankers you just want to get rid of. I had a decent bidding for him. Now he hasn't left at this point, but I don't want to forget, I get about £1 million for him. He's got a few teams interested, he's going to bugger off anyway. Some from Saudi Arabia. I think he goes to Bran though, to be fair to him. So we get another £1 million for a player that's just done my head in. Now this first season is just all about finding my feet, learning the league, learning the lay of the land, having a good look at a lot of the players I've got. I know I brought some in, but I brought them in because I play a different way than what I think the squad was set up for. But then just, like I said, just scout. Hopefully I can find players to improve us on a budget, and I love it. Very excited, but there are things I need backup goalkeeper, I think I need another striker, I want to improve my defence, I want to improve the whole team, but I don't want to be silly with it. But this first season should give me an idea of who's good, who's performing, who's the right kind of character, because I want to do the same thing they do. I want the right kind of characters, like that guy I've just showed you, moaning, he's injured. You're not playing, you're injured, you can't get fit, shut up. I'll get rid of him if I can. Now these players I've put down in the youth team, I couldn't get rid of everyone I wanted to. You know, they might have to see the contracts out, so I've got to think about that. I might be able to move them on next year. We'll see. But I've enjoyed it now. Goals wise, quickly, I told you, this Valon, he's been a baller for me. Little Kosovan, what an absolute legend. Kevin Rodriguez has been great. Mohamed, he's got pace. He looks quick on there when you're watching him compared to some of the other players in the league. But he gets too many injuries and so on. Nilsson's moaning, so you know there's little things I can do. Now the 17th of March and the regular season is over. You can see right there we played 30 games, we finished 3rd. It starts to get a bit tough. I mean, my squad's good, but it's one of them. A lot of the time you get through a season, start to get injuries and fatigue, and we started to drop points. And we had some good games where we even lost, but we still played well and we had character still. There's a lot about this team I quite like. 10 points behind bloody Genk there, standing in 2nd. But this allows us to go into the championship group. But first, that's the relegation group. I mean, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Teams start with all their league records along with 100% of points from the main league stage, so they keep theirs. This is the second phase. This is in the middle group where Anderlecht are. Hey, they were favourites. They've got Schmeichel and Dolberg and Hazard. I couldn't believe it, to be fair. Teams start with all their league records along with 50% of points from the main league stage. And then this is the championship group which we're in, and you can see right there European spots up for grabs for now. I think that changes, but we'll see. And again, teams start with their league records along with 50% of points. So, I mean, this first season, I know by January I was top, but I'm not bothered about that. I'm in this for a long haul. I do want to dominate Belgian football. I'd like to win a domestic double. I'd like to do okay in Europe, but how did we do in Europe? Well, not too bad, to be fair. I'm happy with that. We got to the knockout round, of course. We finished 2nd. We got Lens, beat them 3-2. Then we got beat 2-1. But we won on penalties. They were well bad. Then we got Leverkusen, who I'd already played twice, drew with and lost. Got battered in that first game at home, and that was it then. I just knew there was no way we were going to their place, even though it was only 1-0. But I'm happy with that. I just want to stay consistent. I don't care about the conference, Europa League or whatever. I just want to be in Europe every year. What about the Croaky Cup? It's got another name, so the Becca Van Beagle or whatever. I had a beagle. That's probably not beagle, but it just reminds me of my beagle, my dog, Bella. But yeah, we started off all right. I could B team that, and I didn't B team them. Great game, 6-3, 2 great games. And then Molenbeek beat me. Got to look at the staff because I made it even better. I got more coaches, more scouts. Although I'm in the process right now talking to a new scout. My physios are great. I've probably got a few hotties. There's loads of women physios on this game that are very good. And I just thought it'd be nice for the boys. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get your leg rubbed down. That'd be off someone pretty rather than Steve from Bradford. Do you know what I mean? No offence, Steve. And the money is still doing really well. It kind of go down a little bit towards the end of the season, but we're running fine. I like it. And that scouting, honestly, I've done it in the past where I've gone, I'm scouting everything. I don't think I've ever scouted so much in once. And I know it's tough, and I'm getting my news feed's getting peppered all the time with reports because I haven't got tons of scouts and I'm working them to the bone. But they're living their life. They're travelling the world watching tons of football, and I'm hoping it'll pay dividends at the end of the season. Now, there were some players in January who I could have tried to sign, but I don't want to just be panicking. I want to get to the end, and what's available is available, and really analyse it and really try and improve the team over the summer. But first, I've got to get through this massive championship group. Now, towards the end of the season, that's pretty much us all year. Bit sketchy, drop points here. We play really well. We're fighting games. I mean, some of the games are fucking brilliant, nail biting, fucking wanting to punch myself with some of it, but it is what it is. But yeah, some tough games now. Well, we have one game left to play and we are third. Now, we've cemented a European spot, but there is a slight chance I could still win this. And we started this group off quite sketchy, and we'll have a look in a minute, but I loved it. I knew I had a lot to cram in. I don't know if I'm going to cram everything into this first one, but I got up at 4 a.m. this morning before work, and I played this championship group from the beginning to this point, just because I wanted to be able to film this today, because I've got a lot on this weekend. But I'm loving it. I am absolutely getting pure Football Manager enjoyment out of the save. So we started with a defeat, 1-0 to Standard, then a drew with them, who we should have been beating, and I was like, that is a comeback. That is a game, right? To go 10 men down with 2-0 down, to get back into it, I think it's brilliant. Then they've been great against me this year, to be fair. I mean, I beat them later on in the season, knocked me out of the cup. That was a bounce back. Club Brugge, I'm buzzing with that one, 2-1. We got beat off Standard again, but again, it was close. And we gave them a game. It was neck and absolute neck. But then I've just been on fire. Beating Genk 1-0, we beat them 2-0, and we beat Molenbeek 2-0. So we've started to find our form. I've started to really get into it, but then I had to save it and go to work. So I'm a bit worried about the old conspiracy theory there. I don't want to lose what with the momentum. Now on paper, Kunimoto, the Japanese winger, I don't think he looks as good as the guy moved on, but he's come in the second half of the season and been absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Signed a guy on a free, sell a guy for like £1 million, and it works out. It's been brilliant. Goals wise, Kevin Rodriguez, my right winger, we need to keep hold of him, because that's another thing. I've really got to look at these contracts and see what's what. Kevin McAllister has been so handy as well, right back, left back. Thingy started great, Nico Schultz started great, and then he's kind of tailed off. He got an injury and he's never really got his form back. What I have to do though is think about Belgians, and I've scouted every team in Belgium, every player in Belgium, because I want to see if I can pick up any players, because you need certain homegrown ones. I need homegrown club players for Europe, so I need to find that balance with the squad. I've just about scraped it this year, but I'm going to have to really think about that. I'm going to have to really plan it with a pad and a pen this summer. So yeah, Anderlecht, of course, beat Molenbeek in the Croquis Cup, which means they've got a European spot, maybe a qualifier, but it's a spot which is taking away that 4th place one. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. I can't believe Anderlecht are in this group, but we are, and we have a chance of winning it, so let's go to it. Welcome to our beautiful stadium. This is one of the rare occasions where, because we're always slanging off the graphics and what the stadium looks like, but I think this is a rare occasion where the stadium is probably better on the game than it is in real life. But I like it, honestly. Look at them pictures built into hillsides and all that. It's absolutely bonkers. It's crazy. But yeah, this is quite exciting. So yeah, you've got all the kits. They're all in it. So obviously they've got the Belgian license, haven't they? But I like that. That's quite cool. Don't have to download any kits. But we'll see with this team of mine. There are times when we start to get the form up and you're thinking we're playing some fantastic football, and then we fall off a wagon. We're a bit inconsistent, but honestly I can't wait to team build on. Hopefully I can build the staff up a bit more, and see what happens. Pretty sure I've got Teddy Sheringham, Paulo Torre, a couple of names like I nearly signed Ibrahimovic, but he wasn't good enough. There's someone better. Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, you've seen who they've got in goal as well. Is it Mignolet? Didn't he used to play for Liverpool? There's a little Japanese dude. Oh, go get in. I mean, in reality though, I quite like the quirky stadium, right? But, you want a new one, mainly for money. Maybe get more fans in. You'd generate more cash, wouldn't you? But I mean, it don't really matter because you're playing different ones, I think, for Europe anyway. But it is cool. It's got a bit of character. I know it's historic, but we'll see. You're gonna need major money for that unless they take a loan out. We'll see if we can stay consistent in Europe. Maybe that will happen. I don't know. But thank you for checking out a new series. It's something I wanted to do, like I said, for 12 months. So I've been looking forward to doing it for a long time. I must have mentioned in a million of my videos that there's this little series I want to do with a little club in a league I've never really played in. I might have tried it once personally. I'm pretty sure in my long running Journeyman series, which will come back some point this year, I've never been to Belgium, so it's exciting. But here we are, half time. Not a lot's gone on, but I don't care. Now, I've not been looking at the table on the other results, but I think we should, shouldn't we? Oh, look at that, you got all 3 phases. So we're currently 3rd, like standard of winning. Oh, not that bad. I just wanted Europe, and we've got European football. Obviously, we're going to have to qualify. I don't think I showed you the qualifiers, did I? We played, oh shit, I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get through it. LASK, the Austrian team. We did really well against them. I was really impressed with how well we got through that group. I know it was on goal difference, but we had some decent performances. But we are a country mile off winning anything European wise, but here's what it is. Just the first fucking highlight. I think it is, isn't it? But yeah, thank you. Hopefully you've enjoyed my United series. It's great being at a big club I loved, having loads of money and all that, even though we didn't at times. And oh, come on, ref. Get in. Winning Champions Leagues and all that stuff, but I want to do something with a club like this. It's so much more fun. Because I like doing lower level English stuff. I've done Scunthorpe, Oldham, teams like that. Stockport. No. Fair play. Oh, God. He's just bagged 2 in like 2 seconds. I need to sort this out. I've made 3 changes. Brought Big Nielsen on. Brought Sykes on, the other English dude, so at least they can talk to each other. The centre halves. And Van Hoot in the middle. But it's been fun, man. I can't wait. Honestly, I keep saying it. I cannot wait. Can't wait to get this done and made and put out so I can get to work. On the next one. See who's available. The peanuts and nothing. Oh, go on, get in, big man. Let's run down injury time. Let's go. Let's get a win. Win my first live comedy series. It's always a good thing. Puts you in a good mood. We're still 3rd. It's fine. Standard winning 2-0. Genka winning 2-0. I think mission completed for my first season now. Got back into Europe. I'm happy with that. It's not bad, is it? Especially the way we started and some of the form towards the end of the season. To finish 3rd, predicted to be 7th. Job done. So something that I'm very excited about and would be cool is if we can create our own players. And look at my first youth intake. Now I know it could mean anything, but it's pretty good. That is a good chunk of players with potential. If I can make some of them come through, that'd be fantastic. I'll try my best. Oh, when this first popped up, I thought to myself, get a new stadium. No, we're just getting undersoil heating, but we're getting with the times. Now these are my finances. We've got 5.7 in the bank, so less than last year. I've got money, but like I said, I don't really want to spend money on players. I want to try and find really good free ones, and there's a ton on my massive freaking shortlist, and I've got loads of wiggle room. I'm looking at players who want 10 grand max. I actually nearly signed Jesse Lingard. He wanted to talk, but he wanted 20 grand, and I thought, no. I knew Cooney would sell me some shirts. We need to get some more boys from Asia over, make some more money. And I won Manager of the Year. I had to vote in this. They have a selection. There was 3 of us, and I can't vote for myself. So, whoever was the second best one, I gave him the lowest vote points, and whoever was the worst, I gave him the most. Maybe it helped me, but I'm buzzing with this. So there we go, that is the end of Season 1, Episode 1 with Union SG here in Belgium. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, show me some support, show the series some support, show Union some support by smashing that thumbs up, get involved in the comments. I will get back to all my comments eventually. Subscribe if you're new, hit that bell and you never miss anything I do, and hopefully you won't go missing, because I really think I'm going to enjoy this, and I hope you'll enjoy it too. In the second one, obviously I'm looking at a new squad. a lot of new players. I'm hoping we'll have a look at the players a bit more in depth. And if there's anything else you want to see, hopefully I'll have a bit more time to cram it all in. Let me know down below in the comments. But honestly, thank you for the support. Hopefully you'll stick with this. Make sure you check out my sub-league video. Go back on my videos list. If you haven't seen it already, you'll have a chance to take part in a little mini-series where you become a player in the country of Subtopia. And when that series starts, I might have something very special to give away. Yes, a free copy of FM24 for all the people who have entered the sub-league. If you haven't got it already, that is. That's quite nice, isn't it, I think? Yeah, I do. So anyway, thank you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe. Come back for episode 2. It'll be out as soon as I can get it out. So yeah, I'm Booed. Bye-bye.